Hey everyone, I hope that all of you are having an amazing day from wherever you're watching this video from. And if not, I am sending you so much love. I love you. So welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my plan with me for the month of December 2020. We're going to be setting up my bullet journal, so I hope that you enjoy. So let's get started. So for starters, I'd like to just show you my setup for the months of September and November. I didn't actually plan for the month of October. I had gone through a terrible burnout and yeah, I'm just like coming back from it. So I just wanted to set this up so that I can like get myself on track for 2021, and hopefully in 2021 I don't like get burnouts from working too much. So yeah, as you can see, when we go through the month of September, I was sort of losing track of my habits and all that stuff, and then we get to November and I only planned for like 2 weeks to help me get back on track. And so now today I just want to like plan for December, and hopefully I'll be able to use my spreads for December like to be more productive and all that stuff. So yeah, now we can just go on to December and see how it goes, and hopefully it's going to be a good month. So let's get started. Okay, so now we can start with my cover page and my quote page as usual. So for my spreads, I just decided to use plain paper, like just glue plain paper onto the pages of the notebook that I'm using. This way it would be easier to draw on them as compared to just using the pages with the lines as it was before. So I just trimmed the plain paper into the size of the notebook and then stuck them on with some glue. And also I didn't know what to do like for my cover page and my quote page, and basically like the whole theme for the spreads. Initially I was just going to do like a minimal theme, minimal kind of spread, which is like black and white, but I decided to change my mind. I wanted to get creative. I wanted to do more colorful spreads this time. And so as I was starting to do my cover page, I was like, what am I going to do this time? I have no idea, and all that stuff. And so I decided to just celebrate nature by like just drawing plants, and I just decided to like paint a lot of leaves in different colors, in cool colors. And on the quote page I decided to prime it, which was like a huge mistake because the paper sort of warped. I don't know what I was thinking. I think in my head I was just like, I have to prime this because I wanted to make an entire flower doodle on it. So yeah, it got messed up, but it was still like usable and all. So I decided to just go with that paper. And later on, I just thought to myself, I could have just primed the original paper on the notebook instead of like just putting a plain paper, then priming it again. And yeah, I do prime my papers when I am going to use paint pens or paint markers. So if for the quote page I was going to use some paint pens that I had gotten from Miniso and my Posca paint pens. So I prime the paper so that the paper doesn't warp, and also so that it's not grainy. I don't know if you notice, sometimes you use those pens and they sort of remove tiny bits of the paper, and then when it dries up it sort of looks grainy. So priming my paper sort of helps it helps them not to do that. And so yeah, by the time I was done doing the watercolor on the cover page, I decided to just leave the quote page art alone until I had finished all my spreads, because I started recording my bujo video like really late, so I just left them for later on. I do have 2 quote pages this time, because I wanted one to be like a quote, a normal quote, and then the other one to be like a Bible verse, because I want to also like just include the Bible in my bullet journal. So yeah, and so I decided to leave the quote page art for later on, so that I can do my spreads, so that I can use them just in case I don't finish recording on time. And yeah, but I will get back to them later on in the video, so don't worry about that. I've made a time lapse for them specifically, which I will just put at the end of the video. So yeah, anyway, now we can just like move on with the spreads, and hopefully it works out the way it should. So yeah. Okay, so now we are done with the cover page, and like I said earlier, I will get back to my quote page when I am done with all the spreads. So now we can move on to the next spread. Okay, so my next page is my monthly calendar, and I wanted to do like a horizontal calendar where I don't have to draw all the squares and all that stuff, but it didn't fit, so I just had to like draw the squares. But this time I made them small. I didn't want to make like a huge calendar, because there's nowhere I'm really going, and there's nothing I'm going to be doing that much this month. So yeah, I just made them small, and I also just decided to draw plants around the entire calendar, so that it just looks colorful. And this time I used warm colors. I used orange, red, and yellow, and just like mixed them up to get different kinds of shades of each color, and it turned out really well. I really loved how it turned out, and I enjoyed every moment of doing this piece. And so I just couldn't wait to use the page. I actually couldn't stop looking at it when I was done. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did this. And yeah, that's it for the monthly calendar. And also I forgot to measure my space up there where I'm supposed to write the month like really well, so the E couldn't fit, so instead I just like wrote December, but replaced the E with an apostrophe. I hope it makes sense. Okay, it sounded a lot cooler in my head, but I think it looks cool. Plus it's not like anyone's ever going to see it, until I do like the flip through and all. So yeah, but I really loved how this page turned out, specifically because of how bright it was, how amazing it was to just look at it. And I couldn't stop thinking to myself, wow, I can't wait to use this calendar this month. So yeah, that's it for my monthly calendar. So I hope you guys like it. Okay, so now we are done with the monthly calendar. Now we can move on to the next spread and see what's in store for us. So my next spread is my mood and habit tracker, and I decided to just be including the two in one page and using two pages to just fit them in both, because I realized I used to struggle a lot while making them, because I didn't know like how to measure like all that space, like 31 days for each, and it was like really tiresome sometimes. And so this time I just like drew like small squares, I think 0.5 by 0.5 centimeters, and that's for both of them, and that's like where I will be marking my habits and my moods. And I just made them the same size for both of them, because as I was drawing the lines, I was doing them from top to bottom on the page. I wasn't doing them like specifically for mood tracker and habit tracker. I was just like drawing like straight lines from top to bottom, and then afterwards I just like measured maybe 4 moods for my mood tracker and 6 habits for my habit tracker, and then I rubbed off the excess lines. Then later on I went in with my Miniso pens and just drew these leaves. I think this is the neatest page that I've had in my bullet journal so far. The rest have like sprinkles of watercolor surrounding the leaves, I think because I felt that it was too plain when I was done drawing them. So yeah, for this page I decided not to do that. I didn't want it to be too much, and I also felt like the different shades of blue like were enough, like they covered everything up, and so the page came out really clean. And yeah, that's what it looked like. Okay, so that was it for the mood tracker and the habit tracker, and now we can move on to the next page. Okay, so my next page is my savings, not my savings, my spending tracker. And I used to use this page before, but I decided to remove it because when we all went into quarantine, I wasn't using any money because I wasn't going anywhere. And so for me, I didn't see the use of the page being there anymore, and yeah, I decided to remove it. But I decided to put it back because I realized I have been shopping a lot, like in November and also this month. I think this month I have spent so much time at Miniso, like they can take all my money at this point, because I have spent so much time there because I really love the deals, and I'm just like shopping for at materials and tools, and I really love the paint pens. They're really good. And for this page I used a green theme, so like just different green shades of watercolors, and I just use them to like draw these leaves, and I think that it sort of made it more appropriate, I guess. Can I use that term? Like, okay, so I used this shade of green, these different shades of green in my watercolor paints, and they did come out really well. I think that they came out really well because, like, you know, plants are green and so are these leaves, and it just looked really nice to me from where I was sitting. And afterwards, as usual, I just sprinkled some watercolor on the page so that it can just like fill in the white negative space. I didn't like the white negative space, so I had to like fill it in with those tiny little sprinkles of different shades of green. And that's basically it for my spending tracker. Okay, so the next thing that I am going to be doing is my gratitude page, and this is the simplest of them all. No plants, nothing. It's just a cloud, and in the cloud it's written thankful, and it's in just black and white. And when I was coming up with this spread, I was thinking so much about the fault in our stars. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And I'm like, you know what, let me just like make a cloud in the middle over here and just write thankful in it. And what I'm going to do with this page, I'm just going to like write down everything I'm grateful for, but I'm going to give it a twist by putting each and every one of them in different colored clouds, like for each day. And I just can't wait to see how colorful this page is going to be. So yeah, that's what I want to do with the gratitude page, and just see how it's going to work out. I think that's why I chose like the neutral colors, black and white, because they literally go with anything. So I hope it works out the way I want it to work out. And that's it for my gratitude page. And so now we can move on to the next page. Okay, so now we are doing my weekly logs, and this month I decided to do something different for my weekly logs. I changed my entire layout, so now I have the month on the side over there with the days of the week and the dates, and then underneath it are my goals, because this time I decided to set weekly goals. And then I have my reminders and my achievements, and then on the other side I have the name of the week, which is like week 1, week 2, then the days of the week and the dates as well. And I just like limited the spaces to 5 tasks per week, and that's just it for my weekly log. It's very simple and very efficient, and I hope it's going to help me be productive. So that's it for the weekly log, and can't wait to use it. So now that we have finished all the spreads that I'm supposed to use, we can go back to doing the quote page art. Okay, so now we are doing my first quote page, and for this first quote page I'm just using like cool colors. So I'm going to get my greens out, my blues out, and my purples out, and let's just see what these different cool colors can make with their different shades and all that. And so yeah, that's just like how I wanted to do this quote page art. I wanted to really see how it would come out, and I was actually very surprised by the results. They were not what I was expecting. They were actually way better than what I was expecting. And also, just like going back to drawing doodles for me has been amazing, and I really enjoyed making this time lapse. So I hope that you actually enjoy the time lapse of me making the quote page, the first quote page. And I also just wanted to tell you the quote page is by one of my favorite artists called Just Lambert, where she says 2020 was the year we thought we'd get everything we want, but instead it taught us to appreciate everything we already have. And I think that this is such a powerful quote, especially because 2020 has been crazy. Wow, it's been so crazy, and absolutely nobody expected it to turn out the way it did. But I read that quote from Just Lambert, and I was just amazed, and I was just like, oh yeah, there's some truth to it, because I looked around me and I realized that I am actually very blessed, and I appreciate the people and the things around me even more. I appreciate my parents, my friends, my dog, myself, and I am so grateful to God for just like keeping me and my family safe. Like for the entire year, we've been healthy, and it's just been good to look around and just see all these things, these little things that we tend to ignore sometimes, like just seeing all of them make a difference. It's just an amazing and elevating feeling. So that's just what I wanted to say, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and I'll see you on the next cover page art. Okay, so welcome to the second quote page, and this is much simpler than the first one. It's just leaves in different warm colors so that it matches the monthly log on the right. So yeah, that's it for this second monthly quote page, and I also just like it and it just talks of how we should mind what we think about, because our thoughts control our lives, and that's just how I want to live in like I want to live the rest of my life like that, just maybe being more aware of what I'm thinking about, and so that I just don't get into a state of overthinking too much, and just maybe just destroying myself. I mean, like, how sometimes you just have like a good day, but then you start overthinking and it's just ruined. Yeah, I want to stop doing that. And I think that this verse sort of like brings it out. But like, yeah. And so I just chose that verse for this month. I chose this simple art for this month, and I absolutely loved how it came out. I think warm colors are amazing, especially yellow. Yellow is amazing. It's such an amazing color, and I don't even know if it's aware, it's it's that amazing because it's just got this brightness towards it that's just really nice and attractive, you know. So yeah, anyways, guys, that was my plan with me spreads, and I hope you enjoyed this time lapse of my second quote page. And yeah, that's basically it for my bullet journal spread. So I hope you enjoy the flip through, and guys, don't forget to stay positive, safe, and hydrated. I love you. Bye.